The Democratic primary for St. Louis Circuit Attorney is Tuesday. The winner becomes the presumptive Circuit Attorney for the next 4 years. Kim Gardner is running for re-election but faces competition. Chris Nagus asked Gardner what makes her different from her opponent.
What is the biggest root cause of crime in the city of St. Louis?
Poverty and gun violence.
She is the face of the Circuit Attorney's office. She also has deep ties to the community.
I'm a lifelong North City resident, grew up in North City all my life. My family's business has been around since 1932, so it's a funeral home business that's been in North City, so I understand the devastation and destruction of what violent crime does to the city of St. Louis.
She's also a former state representative and registered nurse. As Circuit Attorney, Gardner is proud of the cases she's prosecuted as well as the ones she has not.
I was the first prosecutor to refuse to prosecute standalone possession of marijuana cases of 100 grams or less.
Gardner says her office has a 96% felony conviction rate, but her opponent, Mary Pat Carl, is critical of Gardner's conviction rate for cases that actually go to trial. Earlier this year, News 4 obtained data from the Circuit Attorney's office showing trial convictions hovered around 50%.
What about at trial, though? Would you like to see your conviction rate at trial for cases that actually go before the jury? Would you like to see that number improve?
First of all, I don't know what number you're talking about, but you're talking about less than 3% of our total work. So when you're talking about statistically sound and evidence-based, you never judge yourself by less than 3% of the total work you do.
As Circuit Attorney, Kim Gardner has been involved in high-profile cases, most recently her decision to charge the McCloskeys. The couple's defense attorneys have accused Gardner of playing politics and filed a motion to dismiss.
First of all, it's an open investigation, and we'll be filing a response, and the proper procedure is a court process. So I will not comment on an open investigation, an open case.
She's also known for her decision to charge former Governor Eric Greitens with invasion of privacy. That case was ultimately dismissed.
How do you feel your office performed during that investigation, and do you have any regrets regarding that case?
What I regret is that many people never focus on the middle-aged hairdresser who was a victim in that case, who was credible. Everyone said she was credible. And what people like to use is a powerful individual who happened to be a governor that's no longer the governor of the state of Missouri. So I did my job as the prosecutor of the city of St. Louis, where a criminal activity took place and it was found to be credible. And we will hold anyone accountable who breaks the laws of the state of Missouri inside city limits. And that's the job I do. I have to make tough decisions.
Gardner says one of the reasons some murders aren't prosecuted is because many cases are unsolved. Those cases never make it to her desk. As for any regrets while in office, Gardner pointed to one.
The only mistake that I feel like I've made is to not speak up even louder for the injustices that we have in the criminal justice system.
She also answered the question I asked both candidates.
What's the biggest difference for people who are going to the polls? What's the biggest difference between you and your opponent?
Well, the biggest difference is I have experience to run this office. No, she's never led an office of any size. She's never managed any amount of individuals while she was in the office or outside of the office. So to do this job, you have to actually understand the job that's being done. And I'm the only candidate that has that experience.
And it won't be long until Gardner gets feedback from voters on how she's running the Circuit Attorney's office. The primary is scheduled for this coming Tuesday, August 4th. To see this candidate profile again, or the candidate profile for Gardner's opponent, Mary Pat Carl, go to our website, KMOV.com. Chris Nagus, News 4.